Hey there, Commanders. Welcome to another exciting Steel Division 2 10 on 10. I'm your host, Too Old for Gaming, and today we'll be attacking the town with Das Viper. We are playing as Unternehmen Rösselsprung. So, I've got a very outdated Italian fighter just sort of covering me because all I have here in Phase A are Flak 38s, and they're trash. So, the goal is to get in here without being carpet bombed, and it looks like that's going to work. We've got the worst trucks in the game, these Italian Dovenuk vehicles. I really wish I wish they would give you something else, but it is what it is. I've got my Brandenburger reconnaissance team inside the church now, and he's spotting enemy Americans to our, we'll call it, northwest. 3rd Armored Spearhead is entering the town and pushing back 21st Panzer. So I sent a platoon into the river because I wasn't sure if I'd get support here. There's a Pack 36, and then I have an LG 42 who can see over the bridge. I am lucky enough to have some Panzer 35S French captures with me, so hopefully they'll be of use. But one vehicle I really do enjoy in this deck is the SPW AB-43 with a 47mm cannon. For some reason, they always just seem to work out well for me, and I can't exactly pin it why, because the penetration is 65 mils, but I don't know, they just seem to be effective when I've used them. Looks like our 35S is starting to spot maybe a half track here. Pushes around right through. We'll see if the second one can knock out the half track. He does. But it looks like we're starting to lose that flag. We've got 2 teams here. 1st Airborne Task Force, along with 7th Mechanized Corps. These SS Streif squads, they're kind of meh. I mean, you've got the G43s, but you only got a single machine gun. I did see enemy mortars launching from the light woods and the swamp here, so I took it upon myself to try and move, so you can see 3 right there. I didn't realize that we were on an attack order, so I just changed them over to a move order, because I want to run them down if I can. These look like 60s, which are great for pinning, maybe not so much for killing. Seafire is going to spot my armor, unfortunately. The drilling from Das Viper and the Flak 38, just not able to shoot it down. We'll see if we can get close enough to spot these guys and knock them out. Still unseen. And this Su-57's in a really bad spot because he's not going to have depression. Viper's brought in the 75mm pack howitzers. I'll have some of those myself, and here we are. They are 60s. And for some reason, my AB-43 got confused, but the Panzer 35S moving in to try and surrender. And for some reason, he's getting confused too. This was a bit frustrating when I was playing the match because he kept turning. And we discover there's an M476 and an M4. So hopefully this AB-43 can knock one out. So we got one, but a little bit of a bug there in movement. We did get an M2 half-track and knock out an AT gun. Unfortunately, he was still alive. There's 3 men left, and he knocked us out. Inside the town, I've got my Gebirgsjäger SS and the Streif. SS, again, only get 1 MG26, not 2, which is kind of bad. But it is what it is, and they're only 20 points. I've got a Panzer II here. I spot what's going on. We're seeing an M15. 37mm, not that accurate at ground fire, but that 20mm autocannon doing a mighty fine job to tear him up. So a little bit less anti-aircraft. We've got a T-34-85 who's pushing our western front, call it that. Another M3 half-track going down to the Panzer II, I want to say. I have brought in PaK-38s, had them here in Phase A, so I can cut off his reinforcements. The nice thing about this deck is that your leaders do get a Kar 98 ZF, so I see him sniping some engineers right now. Also get that GBR 39, Pen 60, so do a lot of things on the side. Let's see what this Sherman is. We can penetrate a Sherman and an ambush on the side. I brought in a DO-17E1. I want to say they're dated, but I could be wrong. In this scenario, they did pretty well, and we've got these armored rifles pinned and surrendering, and depending on the division, they're not cheap. M4 is spotting our leader. Leader squad was 12 men to start with. We got 10 left. I'm sure I'll notice that before I die. PaK-38 looking down the road here. Trying to get some rounds off on these half tracks. We knock one out. There's two more rushing in. You know, one thing with Rösselsprung is I will definitely win the points battle if we keep knocking them out, because armored rifles and forcemen, 35 points. I brought in my own 75s. I love the 75. The only problem is they come with 40 rounds, which sounds great, but boy, they seem to run out fast. Got a white scout car here from Atlas pinning down my Streif team, but a P-26 coming into the rescue. Nice little micro by Atlas to pull him away before he gets knocked out. So I'm going to attempt to counter battery the enemy with my howitzers. He's trying to take out my PaK-38. I'm sure he's tired of losing half-tracks down this road. And these have APCR, so they can pen 150 up close. 45 points, 150 mils of penetration isn't bad. P-26 is knocked out by a Firefly 5C. LG-42 has been silent, and no attempts to cross the river by the enemy. Just harassing fire against our position. Being only 45 points, you can definitely bring in a lot of AT guns, especially when they're just mortaring you. Seeing with some of the new players in Steel Division 2, which I love seeing, but well, you guys tend to overinvest in mortars. I've just been stagnating with mortar battles lately. You guys never pick up flags. You gotta use a different strategy. Another 60 goes down. We got more mortars heading our way. Looks like he took out a 20-point squad, and maybe we'll get the Panzer IIF. It's probably pretty damaged, to be honest. Oh, he does. M4 Sherman in the town. It looks like that T-34-85 was knocked out. I'm guessing by a Panzer IV. More of my raiders here. Got a whole platoon. No leader right now. I'm sure I'll bring one in. Managed to push all of these armored rifles back, and I believe it was howitzers, but I could be wrong. Hey, you can see the leader's already on his way. I think I have quite a few leaders in this deck. I'm trying to take out the Sherman, which has been strafing my front line. With my howitzers, I'm going to get him scared here probably shortly. LG-42 just out of vision. .81mm mortars raining down in the position, adding suppression. But as you can tell, we've got our flag back here. Continuing to surrender enemy troops as we advance. I've moved up a PaK-38 to try and cut off this crossroads here. M3A1 half-track goes down to artillery. I'm not sure which piece that was. I do have Pack 36s in this build. It can go 1,000 with 65 mils of penetration, so yes, you could ambush. However, at 750 meters, they go through 180. So if I get somebody in here close, maybe even here if they stop, I'll be able to go through front armor on most. Friendly team's requesting we take out the M576. I'm guessing he's wanting to move up his tanks. Viper's brought in his biplane. Looks like a Croatian with 10 kilogram cluster bombs. Now, I'm not sure. I don't think they're very effective, but it is kind of cool to hit people with a 35-point plane. Pack 38 finding a new victim here. I'm going to guess it's... Oh, he's seen the Sherman with the 105 on the hill. I don't know if that's going to work out. I think at that range, we might bounce on this guy. He's got 110 up front. You can pen 150, but with a regular is 100. So odds of us winning this battle are very low. You never know. Looks like another... Oh, we get a cracked armor with the Pack 38, so I guess it wasn't a complete waste of time to keep firing at him. I do have... I've brought in the DO-17E1s and the KB-1. We are having a little rush here. The KB-1 has two 500 kilogram bombs. The other one gets pushed away. We'll see if we can take out the Sherman. We get our bombs off, but there's a Bofors and an M15 in here. Oh, we managed to knock him out. Our KB-1, will he make it out? Oof, just barely. You can see I'm redirecting all of my 75 mils onto the Bofors. The air power in this division isn't terrible. Now that we're in Phase B, I do have the M15 42s. I bring these in B because you can get quite a few of them, and it's nice to have that fire support. I mean, 70 mils of armor isn't... I'm sorry, that's penetration, right? I always get that confused. 70 mils of penetration for 55 mils armor for what? 20 points? I don't think that's too bad. They're not that slow either. Another Sherman went down. And we got the Bofors suppressed, but it doesn't look like he's taken any damage yet. Recon Panzer IVs are... I thought they were dueling the T-34-85, but looks like they might be outranged by him. Another Sherman up here. Pack 36 trying to find a victim, bouncing on the Jumbo. 190 mils of armor with that AP round. Definitely not going to do anything. I'll probably have to hit that with air power or artillery. I'm moving up my M15 42. Kills the crew in the M3 half-track. And these guys have dual machine guns too, so... Nice little bit of infantry support. We lose another Pack 38. I'm going to assume that's to artillery. Just got to remember the points game here. LMGs are 30, Jumbos 140. We're dealing with 20-point stuff here. Enemy's finally trying to push across the river. Got my Pack 36 there lined up. He's still on AP. And he knocks out the white scout car. M15 still doing a great job. And artillery rounds just falling on that Jumbo, getting him forced back. It looks like those are from Das Viper's 105s. Rifles team is knocked out. I'm going to say it's probably by the auto blend of 43. I purchased a third bomber here. 90 points. Not the best, but the enemy doesn't have great anti-aircraft cover. Worth bringing in. So we got some Shermans. Are they heading our way, or are they going to make a turn to the east? Looks like they're coming our way. E1 coming in to try to get his bomb load off. Can he make it happen? He does. Although that's a lot of ground fire. He might go down here. Can we knock something out? No, we don't. And he's coming right back over the other AA, the west. LG-42 is knocked out. Oof. He made it out. We lost our tank up here. Probably to this M5. Bring in more Pack 38s. Seem to be effective against anything we're facing. I'm trying to reposition my artillery on the enemy's anti-aircraft systems so we can keep bringing these bombers in. I want to say they are pretty fast to repair and reload. Pack 38 bouncing on the front of that 76. And he is taken out of commission. I've got an 81mm mortar carrier trying to rush the front line. Not sure what that's about. That brought up a MG42 squad here to try and hold this position. Not in the best spot. I would definitely want him in a building, though. M4 Sherman knocks out an M15. Another Sherman 2A trying to cross the river. We bounce on him because we're out of range. He can't see us, though. He doesn't have spotters. And so I want to say at one point I reloaded with heat. Doesn't look like that's happened yet. The heat reload takes forever, so I just turned it off, you see. So I'm bouncing. It takes a long time. They have to front load those in real life. There goes the rocket. And he hits a shot. Very satisfying to do that. I wish they would auto switch. I don't think it would have been that hard for them to make that happen, but I'm sure they would have gotten complaints from somebody. So I understand the reasoning why. IG-18 knocks out an M8. Can he get a second one? Not the most accurate gun. Misses. Can you hit it on this one? Misses again. Double vetted too. Takes a casualty, but then knocks out the M8. O4 is still alive with 2 men left. 75mm howitzers. Just not great for countering stuff. Good for suppression. Another platoon of M1542s heading to the front line. And another Sherman attempting to cross the river, but doesn't look like our guy can see him this time. OT-34 is knocked out. I want to call that as the IG-18 hitting him. Lose the auto blinda. 2 of my bombers are ready. The third is still being repaired. He must have been really heavily damaged. A 19-13 at the moment as we come into the close of Phase B. Are you guys newer to the channel? Welcome. And be sure to check out Discord. We're pretty active on there. I think things slowed down a bit during the summer. We're still getting in games, especially on the weekends. And we're definitely open to newcomers, so hope to see you there. More Gebirgsjäger heading the front line to reinforce this area. I'd like to keep pushing west. Enemies continuing to try and drive across the bridge here. In assault, we got Forcemen. Looks like we got, what, 3 players here. This guy's just gonna, thinks he's gonna drive right in. Unfortunately for him, that did not work. Leader tank knocked out by the Pack 36, but unfortunately I think the Forceman bar knocked us out. Automachiki go down to the Streif. I've got one of my bombers coming back in. And it looks like we missed these call-ins. I've got a 4th bomber now. And only 90 points. We'll see if we can take out the Forceman. Not getting any anti-aircraft fire yet. Just some 50s. Should be a pretty accurate drop here. Let's see if we take him out. Not as accurate as I would have liked. M4 105 is knocked out. I put a Pack 40 in the road here. He did take some casualties. Got spalling on another one here. There's a lot of units. Let's try to get a better angle as you see what's going on. Sherman IB with the 105 is knocked out. Pack 40 still ripping away. We lose an M15. The M476 command is in an ambush spot over here. If I move this guy anymore, but another M4 is sure to go down. We lose another M15 to a T-34. Crew is panicked on this M4. Pack 40's down to 2 men. So, enemy almost making a breakthrough here. They've got quite a few units, but really the only thing holding the line is this Pack 40. And we got a friendly off map. It's going to go off in 10 seconds, trying to get the T-34s through. I don't think he's getting visuals on this until the last second. We knock out the T-34-85. That's huge. So it's down to 2 tanks from these players. We get a pen on the 76. Can we knock him out before we die? Oof, nope. But you know what? I'll take it. The Pack 40 did a great job. Need some more AT over here. All of our medium tanks are knocked out. Not sure what we're going to do about the T-34. He might walk right into this GBR-39, though. Not optimal to drive into a town without infantry screening. So, it looks like our leader is about to take a shot. He was lining up there for a second. T-34 gets a shot on him. We're right next to him now. Oh yeah, he would have been double dead there. So GB-39 doing a good job of ambushing and knocking him out. I pushed a Pack 38 up here. Or cutting him off at the bridge. M15 still putting in work here on the left. And I've got a Pack 36 to cover the reinforcement road, so AT gun positioning, extremely important. Always check your sight lines, make sure you're within range, don't overexpose, yada yada. We're at a 2012 with less than 10 minutes to go. And things on our front, it seems like we're exhausting the enemy. So let's take a look around to see what's happening on the rest of the map. Over here on the eastern front, looks somewhat interesting. We have a Sturm Tiger. Oh, there's an 88 up here and a 38. So I don't think the enemy is going to make a breakthrough on this sector. At least not right now, not with our artillery or bombing. In the open fields, get a Jagdpanther back here just waiting to ambush, so enemy's going to have to take him out before they really do anything. We got a Flak 105 coming in. If he positions him right there, then he's cutting off this road too. We've managed to take the woods and the village. Played another match after this one where we took everything back here, but it was a grind. It was like an hour. So I brought back in the C-202 just to check on the anti-aircraft for my bombers. He's only 45 points and obviously is quite weak at shooting anything down. He might not make it out. Yeah, he actually did. So you've got the bridge. Trying to be a bit bold here and bring in my E1s to knock out the Bofors. My KB1 unable to reach his target. There's another anti-aircraft gun here. He misses. Can the E1 do it? I kept changing my target. That was my problem. It looks like none of these guys made it in. I might even lose one. That was a fail on me. And we lost an E1. That Bofors is still alive, probably with one man left. So, Tigers up here, Pack there's just way too much. They're never going to make it through. Not without off-map. 17-pounder is going to take out this Jagdpanzer easy. We've got an 88 up here. Where are the heavy tanks? No IS-2s. It's kind of bizarre. 17-pounders for defense, but doesn't look like there's a whole lot back here either. There's another one of those 105s. Triple Bofors on the hill. That's a nice target for artillery. It looks like we're managing to move some Stern Pioneers in, so we might end up getting this. I'm going to assume that's friendly off-map going off. We just lost a tank. So we're getting in near the end. It's pretty obvious they're not going to be able to make it through here. We've got a Panther up here. We've got our AT guns, and I did move the MG42 from the back position up to the front. And we got second rows of defenses, so I said maybe we can capture this flag here in the last 5 minutes to make it somewhat interesting. If you guys are still there with me, I'll do my best to grab this. M15, another M15 knocked out, probably by the Jumbo. I decided to pull these guys back. Nothing can get through the front of that. I need to bring in my bombers to do anything. But he's never going to move forward in the town anyway, so I'm just kind of burning through points. Bofors, again, making a great target for artillery. Looks like we lost our machine gun nest. Viper is moving in his Stossjäger. One squad, that's a bold move. Let's see how long he lasts. We got and he's marching his Brandenburger MG42 out in the open. This is another bold move. Unfortunately, the M8, just out of range of that Pack 40, LG42 is shooting at Tankos, I believe. Stossjäger take a direct hit, lose almost half their squad. There's a Panther D here if the enemy peeks his head over. Jumbo gets side-penned from the Panther. Pack 38 just bouncing on the front, but he is knocked out by the Recon Panther. So my infantry platoon of special forces is moving to the front line with their leader. And there's that pesky AA. It looks like there was a 37mm Soviet gun up here along with the 40mm. It must have knocked out that Bofors. Sherman gets knocked out. That's really big for us because he could have cut us off here. And it looks like smoke coming out. I'm not sure who's dropping the smoke, but... Oh, it's Viper. Thank you, Viper. I didn't realize you were doing that for me. Or yourself. Not sure. There was an IS-2. So we managed to get these guys out of the trucks. I'm not sure if they've been spotted. We're not taking artillery fire yet. Pack 36 is spotted in the open and knocked out by the T-34. Now with my leader here, these guys are triple vet, but they have no anti-tank. Gotta try to keep him back a little bit. Viper does have a Panzerschreck here. I don't think he wants to move him from the spot. We still have this AT weapon, which is 300 meters. Which this guy's at like, what, 8? So we're not going to be able to hit him. No smoke. That's the only problem. Looks like we just knocked out a Stuart. Panthers being very aggressive with no recon. 21-11, minor defeat. We'll see if we can get this and get a major here. Just over 2 minutes to go. DO 17E coming in because we knocked out the AA guns. At least I thought we did. There's another anti-aircraft piece right there. Perhaps two? So we might actually lose this guy. I didn't realize that they had that much AA. So we lose a 90-point bomber. Not the end of the world here. We are spotting an enemy vehicle over here that's double vetted. I'm not sure what it is, but we're going to try and skedaddle. Oh, it's the M2 Combat. Taking him out would be a decent amount of points. These are 120. Add my score a bit. And 2 enemy recon squads up here. P-34 manages to take out one more man before we go out of view. IS-2 shooting at us from back here. But we got the Panther D and the leader here. A third spotter team. That's really weird. And then we see the Bofors, who probably was responsible for knocking out our plane. Got about a minute to go. We'll see if we can capture another flag and maybe flip this over to a major. There's the 37 from another player. I've got him on a move order. I just want to get in there before that timer's out. And we got it. It's still a minor at 22-10. I thought that would be a major. Maybe somebody else will get one in the last 40 seconds. I think we'll be able to hold this. He's got another recon. So much recon up here. It's kind of weird. Now, if we can get this flag, somebody were to start running out there now, we might be able to get a major. 22-10 feels pretty major to me. Did we get this area? We did. We got the village after it looks like a lot of artillery and shelling. Can he get this in 8 seconds? Can he move his Stern Pioneer up? Doesn't look like it. So we get a minor victory. Kind of felt like a major, but whatever. After 32 minutes and 40 seconds, let's take a look at the team stats here. Not too shabby. 2388 to 1105. Viper playing the same division did pretty good in the ratio as well. So let's take a look at our outdated equipment. Panzer 35S knocking out a few units. Our leader snipes 2 mortars and takes out the T-34. That's pretty good. KB-1 knocks out 2 Shermans with dual 500-kilogram bombs. But check out these M15s, though. Not bad for a 20-point tank. PAC-36, same thing. I mean, we knocked out 3 tanks and a recon car. IG-18 knocking out several armored vehicles. PAC-38 knocking out a bunch. PAC-40 covering the bridge gets a ton. Brandenburgers, PAC-40, another IG-18, Brandenburgers. Again, these are just those recon teams, so nothing major. Loss-wise, 81mm mortars, 107mm mortars, 155s. This Sherman did pretty good. Another one of these 76s. And really, T-34s with like 1 or 2 off. So experience-wise, 12% of the kills. We got 11% of the casualties. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.